Okay, YouTube land. This is Temp 2. This is a car I grew up with. My dad sold it in 1980, but you know, it was in the family lore. Dad bought it new. When I was a little kid, my mom used to set me in this while my dad was at work, and she'd put pillows behind my back so I could reach the shifter and the steering wheel. So I actually sat in the driver's seat of this. My dad drove my mom to the hospital in this to have me born. And my dad hit triple digits in third gear going across a set of railroad tracks to beat a train so I would be born at the hospital and not in his car. That's a story I was told my whole life. Okay. This is either fall of 69 or an early 70 time slip from that car, National Trails Raceway. That was a time trial slip. That was not a race slip. My father, even with slicks, had a problem with that thing. About 7,000 RPM, it would start smoking the tires, and about 11,000 RPM when you shifted, it would really get squirrely. And that motor went to Ohio George Montgomery and had some work done, and it would go 11,000 RPM. Okay, this here is from Hugh White Chevrolet. There it says Yenko, new. There's the serial number. Okay. The total sale, $4,739.30, $250 cash on delivery. He put a previous deposit of $3,208.30 down. They took his 67 427 4-speed Corvette in on trade for a trade-in value of $2,755.52. This is 1969 money. In 1969, you know, almost 5,000 bucks for a Camaro was money. There's the protective plate with my dad's name, the address he lived in Columbus at the time, the vehicle ID number. I'm gonna set you down here. I know I'll set you down on paper if you can't see nothing. Hopefully the phone won't stop recording. Okay. Here's the order form from Hugh White Chevrolet. I know there's shadows and everything. Dad ordered it. He ordered the gauge package, which got you the 160 mile an hour speedometer and some add-on gauges from Don Yenko. He ordered the radio. Okay. Those were the options. It says there, 6.7 Corvette. Or, yeah, Corvette Coupe. Salesman was Ike Green. There's my dad's address he had at the time he ordered it. They went, I think they changed it, because I think he moved between the time it was ordered and the time it was delivered. Oh, yeah, they changed the date. The address that he'd put down wrong on there. So I just went and corrected it in pen. They could do things like that in them days. It wasn't a big deal. Let's see, what else do we got here? Yeah, because somebody accused me of making this up, saying that I'd never had been around this car or something. My dad didn't actually own it. Here is a memorandum of title for that car. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'll take it back. That is not for that car. That is for a Pontiac. I take that back. I'm sorry. There. That's the Camaro he ordered that never came through. That's okay. I did have the memorandum of title for that, but it is not there. And that there is a protective plate for the Corvette. And you see how that's got that there, that dot H and the P. Okay. That car was a 427 4-speed with a factory Holley carburetor on it, on the 67 Corvette he traded in, which he bought as a dealer demonstrator car or a GM executive trade-in. Car had 3,000 miles on it. They can't sell them as new, so he got it at a discount even though it was a new car. That was the second car he purchased out of the Navy. His first new car. And my picture is coming out. I'm going to have to deal with that here in a minute. The thing's curling up, I guess, for being in the heat. It's been an air-conditioned house for years. Anyways, I grew up around this car. My dad sold it in '80. The guy he sold it to tried doing things to the car and about destroyed it. He tried doing quarter panels on it. Took it to a guy that I ended up later working for, who put quarter panels on it. And that guy then took it back and did all the lead work and made a mess of it. Then it went down to Coral Gables, Florida, and sat from like 85 to 90 down there, or 83 to 88. And then it was bought by the collector Cliff Ernst in Tennessee. And I talked to Cliff's restoration people, and I told them what documents I had on this thing. But I wanted to actually come see the car with my dad while my dad was still in shape to see it. I talked to him. I contacted the engine builder, gave him some numbers that were stamped inside that motor from where it was balanced, blueprinted for NHRA Superstock A-Class. And they had seen the numbers and had no idea what they meant. Well, those were numbers for Ohio George Montgomery, from where he did things. He stamped numbers in things when he did certain things, especially if he was doing you a competition engine. Anyway, so here it is. Yeah. There's all the proof you ever need, stamped in metal. That would have been before the motor was balanced and blueprinted. 1256 at 111.66 miles an hour. That's a stock vehicle on slicks with somebody that knows how to drive a M22 behind a 427. The time slips from after that, I had a stack of them, and that's the only one that I managed to find after we moved out of the house. But there you go. There's some actual proof, and your first clues I might know something about a Yenko Camaro. Later, folks.